y'all. This is Drunk in the Sun with Joe and Tom. Guess what?
We're going to get drunk and talk about everything under the sun.
Show about anything under the sun.
We didn't do that. All right, let's do it.
This episode is fire. Check us out every week on YouTube,
Instagram,
Facebook,
and Spotify.
Oh, shit. Coming at you every week.
First of all, this is for entertainment. We're not educational.
Yeah.
We're not.
If you're coming to get your education from us, you are clearly misguided.
Exactly.
But check us out. We're the show about anything and everything under the sun. Check us out. I'll show up. Like, what are you doing in there? He's like, I swear to God.
Swear to me.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think that's legit.
I don't think it's legit either. Hey, what up, y'all, man? This is Drunk in the Sun with John. I said John? With John? No, it's Tom. Tom and Joe. God damn, how drunk am I? Hey, guys. What's going on?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just drinking. Screaming, I deserve this. What did he deserve? Fuck!
Like and subscribe so you get the notifications when we do drop something. Probably pretty fucking lame. But anyways, check it out. Drunk in the Sun, a podcast about anything and everything under the sun.
So, you know what? The other day I was watching fucking Home Improvement.
Home Improvement, yeah.
On fucking this old ass show. I mean, everybody, if you don't know what Home Improvement was, it's Tim Allen's first sitcom. It's fucking hilarious.
People were probably like, who's Tim Allen?
Yeah, he's a comedian. Look him up. You know who he is. Anyways, that show was popular, and now it's on like syndication, like your local,
like the Cosby's
local show type shit, right? Like something you don't like. It's not hip. It's not AMC. It's fucking NBC CCC -46. Yeah, Me TV. Like, who the fuck? Me TV? Why is this me? And why is it TV? Anyways, so you watch it on there. Yeah. It came out in the 90s, and I was watching it. And I'm like,
where the fuck is he?
Well, Jonathon Thomas, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because I was sitting there watching him. I'm like, this kid, he was the one out of that sitcom, besides Tim Allen,
yeah.
Like, did other things.
He came out of it because of the sitcom. That's where he was.
Yeah. And because they were like, oh, let's put him as Simba.
He was Simba.
He was Simba. Yeah. So that's legendary.
Yeah.
Right? And then fucking, he did Huck Finn. He did fucking a couple other fucking movies.
He was like a child star.
He was a fucking huge star.
Wild America.
He did all kinds of shit. And I'm like, this kid, you know, and then I started thinking, I'm like, you know what? I have not seen this kid in ages.
You're fucking right.
Because the
We've
mom...
seen Macaulay Culkin, but not him.
I've seen Macaulay Culkin. Yeah. But I was like, JTT, Jonathon Thomas. I was like, where's this kid been? Right? So I started looking him up.
Yeah.
And apparently he's been nowhere. He went to fucking school, got a fucking education.
So he just gave it up.
He just gave it up. But he's done shows, like, here recently. And like I guess he's trying to do a project with Macaulay Culkin and the kid who played Brad on Home Improvement, right? So he's starting to come back out, but that's what he's like. Fuck this.
But you're right. I never even thought about him.
He was huge.
He was huge.
He was huge, and he just dropped off. Yeah. Never saw him again. And
but he was so young. It's probably
he was a kid.
Like, I gotta go to fucking school.
Well, I started researching it, and that's what happened. He didn't like the fucking paparazzi. He didn't like the fucking fame. He didn't like that shit.
I wouldn't.
And he liked being in school, and he's just like, fuck this shit. And he actually hated the nickname JTT. Go figure. Right?
Would you like to be called JTT?
No, I wouldn't. I'm like, stop it!
Just have a fucking name.
Right, so I started thinking about other actors.
Yeah.
Of his caliber.
But the same way that Haley Joel Osment guy that was...
yeah, but he's done shit.
But he
was in The Boys. He was in The Boys.
Oh, was he?
He was in the second season of The Boys.
So I haven't watched The Boys.
And he did that Kevin Smith movie, Tusk. He was in that.
He was in that?
He's in the beginning. He's one of the podcasters. I think he might be in the end, too. I don't remember.
Okay.
I haven't seen the movie. I've just seen fucking previews.
Yeah, I'm not going to watch that shit.
I want to see it, but I'm afraid to watch it.
I'm afraid to
Every
watch it.
Every time I pick it up at the library, I'm like, ugh.
But it's Kevin Smith, though.
It's Kevin Smith. That's why I'm like,
yeah.
And it's so bizarre of a movie. Anyways,
yeah.
I haven't watched it, but I know he's in it.
Yeah, okay.
So he's done shit, but very little shit.
Okay.
And he's completely different. Like, he's huge. He's fat.
You are right about that.
He doesn't look the same. No. Fucking, and then I started thinking, I'm like, what about Jonathon Brandis? Remember him? The kid from Sequest? Remember
Oh,
Sequest?
yes!
And then he was in Sidekicks with Chuck Norris.
I knew Sequest. I think
Sidekicks
Sidekicks.
with Chuck Norris. You don't remember that movie?
I don't remember. Oh, it's a movie. I never
It's a
seen
movie.
that movie.
It's a cool movie. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Sequest.
I know who it is. Yeah,
he was the
Sequest.
kid in that show.
Yeah. Wasn't he on Star Trek too? Or
No, that was
a different
Will
kid?
Wheaton.
Oh, Will Wheaton. That's right.
Wheaton!
All right. Okay. He looks similar at that age. Anyways, continue.
And this is where I think this skit falls apart at. So I'm like, what happened to Jonathon Brandis?
Uh-huh.
And I started typing in, what happened to John? And it brought up
Everybody
Jonathan Taylor
but him.
Thomas and Brandis. First two.
Okay.
I'm like, oh shit, okay. He died by hanging himself in 2003. I'm like, what?
Oh my god.
Yeah, for some reason he hung himself.
Shit.
Every store I went to, it was depression and anxiety and shit like that, dude. And I'm like, this took a dark turn.
Yeah.
Because Jonathan Taylor...
I wasn't expecting that either.
Jonathan Taylor he's coming back. I'm like, Jonathon Brandis is not coming back.
No.
Not for nothing. I was like, oh my god! And so then I'm like, who else's name do I want to type in this fucking phone?
Yeah, exactly.
So I stopped. I told you, this skit falls apart right there.
I don't blame you, though, because, like, that would be quite a shock. Be like, oh, shit.
Yeah, because I'm like, what happened to him?
Well, I didn't know, but then again, I wasn't a huge fan, and he wasn't really a huge star.
He was starting.
on the cusp.
He was on the cusp.
Yeah.
He was.
Because he was coming up. Yeah.
Yeah, he was coming up.
Because,
and then he like, kind of fizzled out.
Yeah.
Same with Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
He kind of fizzled out, too.
But that's what happens to child stars.
Most of them.
Most of them.
Or they get fucked up and try to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
Like Corey Haim and Corey
or
Feldman.
what's that guy's name? The other one.
Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen. That's what you're thinking of.
No, not Charlie Sheen.
That guy turned to a fucking mess.
Or was he always one?
Good point. Very good point.
We don't know this shit until he's old and until he says
he gets tiger blood. And then reveals his tiger blood is really HIV. That he's gay to numerous women. Fucking that guy.
I never thought about that. His tiger blood.
His tiger blood. But it's like that's what's going to happen in another fucking like 30 years. 2.5 Men is going to be like on syndication, which it already probably is on some fucking local channel because it's old. And you're like, what happened to Charlie Sheen? Oh shit! Says he has HIV,
but
after getting tiger blood though, he had a run. But yeah, I was just like Jonathon Brandis, and I'm like, what happened to this kid?
Yeah,
he's dead.
I've never looked up. I don't think I've ever looked up a celebrity and had that result. Oh no, I did. I had that result. Trini from
Power Rangers.
She died.
She died. Yeah.
Yeah. She died in like a car crash.
Because I did a deep dive on Power Rangers for some fucking reason. I don't even know why. I think what it was is I watched the movie.
The movie that had Tommy in it.
Yes, but him and Kimberly. Yeah, but they were just cameos.
Yeah, they're cameos.
It's the new movie.
Yeah, the movie.
And it's actually pretty fucking good.
It was.
It had Bryan Cranston as the fucking...
I don't know names.
Bryan Cranston, the guy from Malcolm in the Middle, the dad, Walter White, was the fucking guy, Zord, that told them how to live. He had the big face and whatever.
Yeah, Zordon,
yes. So... But yeah, I was like, this is pretty cool. And that's when I was like, what happened to the rest of them?
Yeah, the rest of them.
I'm like, and then I found out that the Red Ranger...
He was like a paramedic.
Yeah, he went in the army.
Yeah.
And became a paramedic.
And he's fat now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the shit.
Yeah.
The blue guy went on to advocate gay
because he was gay. And he got bullied during the show.
Yeah. Yeah. I was sitting there going, what? Exactly. I was like, these are Power Rangers.
I did the same thing as you. I saw the movie and I did the same thing.
I'm like, what happened to the black guy? Because the black guy I've seen in a couple of shows since Power Rangers. Yeah. But nothing like real recent. Yeah. And basically that's what it was he started a few things and he's trying to come up. I'm like, okay.
He's still going.
And then I'm like, what happened? And I'm like, well, the Chinese chick, she was cool.
Yeah.
Died. I'm like, oh! She didn't get the power?
That's crazy, though, like freak accidents. I mean, that happens with, like, everybody.
Is that what happened? I can't remember.
It was a car accident. She was, like, on her way to her wedding or away from a wedding or some shit and had a car accident. Yeah.
And then the Green Ranger... went to be an MMA fighter. I'm like, shit!
He's like all tatted up and shit now.
Oh, dude, yeah. And he's like, I will fuck you up. That's probably from all the years of like people going, fuck you! You're a Power Ranger!
Yeah.
Zordon, bitch!
I'll show you.
Like, Dragon Sword! Crack!
But he was the coolest at the time.
He actually was the coolest. He's the one I like.
I saw a meme about him. It was like, how did he had a dagger that was a flute that he played through a mask.
Yeah, they played through a mask. I see the same one. But his suit looked the coolest.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it really did.
His dinosaur was the best.
Was the best. It was like a full-formed fucking Voltron.
And at that time, I wanted him to win as the bad guy.
As the bad guy. I'm like, this guy's cool.
Yeah.
His costume was cooler. He's taking on all the Power Rangers.
All by himself.
By himself. He doesn't need no Zordon. He doesn't need to get big. He just does it on his own.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck the other ones.
I got my own.
He got his own. Like, look what I do to these clay people. Crack! Like,
Yeah.
Jesus!
And that was pretty awesome. But now I was thinking when you gave me this, I was just thinking of actors like
When I gave you this assignment.
yeah, when you gave me this assignment, I just started thinking of like popular actors back then. And like, oh yeah, what happened to this guy? What happened to this guy? Or I liked him and I didn't see him in a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I just learned here recently, my dumbass. One of the first ones I thought of was Danny Glover. I was like, what happened to him?
Well, he's been in shit.
And then I looked and I was like, he got fucking old as what, Joe? He's 76.
Yeah, he's 76. I mean, the last thing I remember seeing Danny Glover in was Shooter.
I didn't.
He was in that with Marky Mark.
I didn't see. Oh, that was the like.
He was the bad guy.
I didn't see that. I wanted to see that.
I mean, that came out in like 2005, 2006.
But it's been a while. But still, that's more recent.
It's more
than
recent.
Fucking
Then
JTT.
Lethal Weapon. With the JTT, yes. Yeah.
So like, I was like, well, that doesn't really count, especially since he got old. So he's probably just.
He's like, what happened to Mel Gibson? Oh,
he's on my list because I knew.
Seriously?
No, because I wanted to.
How did you not know what happened to Mel Gibson?
I knew what happened.
You went on a drunk rampage. You know what I mean? That damn near ruined him.
No, I think.
Luckily, he can make good movies.
I think it did ruin him. But he's only been in a little bit since.
Yeah, but he has what he had. But I mean, he was in fucking the
His
Step
comeback
Brothers.
movie was like a fucking the Beaver or some shit.
Yeah, that's a good movie. That's a funny movie. It's bizarre, but it's funny. I've seen it.
It's bizarre.
It's bizarre. But he was in fucking. He was the dad of Mark Wahlberg or John Cena. Yeah, it was Mark Wahlberg. And what's the one where Marky Mark and John Cena?
Other guy? No.
Is it
Marky
Will
Mark
Ferrell?
and John?
Maybe it's Will Ferrell. But he's the dad, and the John Cena. John Cena is the new dad, and
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what
Mel
it's
Gibson
called.
was in the sequel of that, and I think Will Ferrell was in that movie.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure Will Ferrell was in it somehow. It was called Daddy's Home or Daddy's Home.
You're right.
Some shit like
Something
that.
like that.
Scroll it.
You're right. He was in that, and after his comeback, he was in like The Edge or Dark. He was like.
What are we talking about again?
Mel Gibson.
That's it. Mel Gibson.
He had I can see the poster. He's like half black, half white, and he's got a gun.
Yeah, I don't remember. He's been in a few fucking kind of shitty movies, but he did after he had gotten his real shindig shit. Mm-hmm. He did Hacksaw Ridge after that, right? Or was that before?
He did Hacksaw Ridge?
Yeah, he directed that.
Okay. I don't know.
You didn't know that?
I think that was after.
He either directed or produced it.
I'm pretty sure that was after, because that's more
That's what
recent.
I thought. That's what I thought
That's more
was
recent
after.
than his batshit drunk rant.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
So, I feel Mel has redeemed himself a few times.
Maybe.
Already.
But, see, that's the thing.
There's something else he did recently, too, that I just can't put my finger on it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but, like, I knew what happened to him. It was just ones that I liked. I kind of had
He
an
was
idea.
trash.
I think that's why I wrote him down, because I kind of knew, so I didn't need to do any research.
He's probably watching a bunch of conspiracy shit on YouTube and was drunk as fuck. He's like, they're right!
I mean, no, there's no question.
The Jews are the lizard people! Like, and cops like, you know what you're doing? Yes!
There's
Mel Gibson!
There's no question he was drunk as fuck.
Oh, he was fucked up.
That's the same thing that happened to Kramer.
Oh, well, Kramer was the instant of rage.
Yeah.
That was the instant of rage, I feel. Because the dude was just pecking. He's like, fuck it! Fuck it!
Wasn't he on stage?
He was on stage.
Lost shit?
No, lost shit on stage. But I think it was just, he couldn't deal with the heckling.
What's his name?
Michael Richards.
Michael Richards, okay.
Yeah. I just feel like he couldn't deal with the heckling.
Yeah.
And I don't think it was a thing out of race. I don't think it was a thing out of race
it was just,
or hate. It was a thing of rage.
Yeah.
He just was so pissed off. He could not think of anything else to say but call this guy the N-word. Bad choice. But I don't think he did it out of hate.
Yeah, but he's been gone ever since. But do you think?
No, he was on Comedians Driving Cars with Jerry Seinfeld.
Well,
and they talk about that incident.
Are you fucking?
Now,
like,
granted, I'm stringing. I'm reaching.
You are. Jesus Christ, you are.
But I'm talking about like people I've never heard of since then.
Yeah.
Like if Mayim Bialik did not come back in fucking Big Bang Theory, I would have brought Blossom up.
Oh, Blossom was a great show. You're right.
And then when I was doing my research, Blossom's friend Six that was in the show.
Yeah.
I was like, what did happen to her?
Did she die too?
She's dead. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No, she's alive. She's out there trying to string an acting job.
Oh,
she's still pursuing.
Just like that other guy.
Probably.
The Black Ranger. He's still trying
He's still trying. So that's what happened to her. So I was like, okay.
All right.
Because that's what I was like, because I seen Blossom come. I'm like, Blossom? And I was like, Six, I do remember that character.
Yeah.
And she seemed promising.
But what about Joey Lawarence?
But she wasn't as big as Joey Lawarence. Yes. Joey Lawarence, but he did things back in like the early 2000s.
But that's the 2000s. That's 20 years ago.
This is true. But it's still working compared to when he got big in the 90s. He was big in like, what, 93, 92?
Probably around Blossom time. He was
yeah,
probably
so
on Tiger Beat
fucking 20 years later. Oh, he was all on Tiger Beat. He was all on that shit.
JTT.
He had a shirt over like, whoa. Whoa.
But
he was a heartthrob.
He was
but
never
he is
a good actor, though.
No, he's a terrible actor.
Yeah.
But he's been in his acting jobs have been like Lifetime movies and Hallmark movies.
Oh, okay.
Like he's done shit like
we could do that.
Oh yeah. 100% I could do that. I do that every time I do this shit. This ain't really me.
This is better. This is better than that shit. Sadly.
But yeah, but yeah, you're right. He hasn't. I haven't seen him in anything in a good 20 years.
Yeah.
You're right, Joey Lawarence. That's a good pool.
I did.
He's
not even on my list. But you brought a Blossom.
Right?
And Blossom.
But see, what I'm talking about, like when I'm saying like what happened to them stars is people who were huge. Like Joey Lawarence was fucking huge.
Yeah, he was.
Same with Jay. Like they were just huge. And Pauly Shore was at one small point. Like Pauly Shore, I feel he was huge, but it wasn't. I feel like it's a gap.
He was right there. He was on the verge of being. And I've watched him talk about that, and I can't remember what happened. I can't remember. It
was the movie thing.
I think
because he had all them busts.
I think he just run out of steam.
When he ran out of good movies because he ended up getting all these contracts, and they were like, that's why he was getting through all, like the 90s, you know, like back to back years of movies. You know, Son-in-Law, In the Army Now, fucking Biodome, all those movies were like one after another.
Yeah.
Like, boom, 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 boom. Fucking
and then
the law, the law movie. What the fuck is that called? It's Jury Duty. It's like Jury Duty or some shit like that. That I think it was like his last major film.
Yeah,
because that was the end of his contract.
I forget what it was, but he did talk about it in his last movie, and I did see.
We talked about it on Joe Rogan.
And I saw another. I saw Pauly Shore's Dead. Have you seen that?
No.
It was like mid-2000s, I feel like, and it was about him still being alive or whatever.
Yeah, but those kids back in the day, like, you know, JTT and Joey Lawarence and fucking
Brendan Fraser was gone for a long time.
Brendan Fraser is another one.
But he's coming back.
He is coming back. He came back I seen him not so long ago in DC shit.
Yeah.
Because he's in he was in Titans for an episode, but Doom Patrol. He's in that. Yeah, he's another one that kind of like
he fell off for a while.
For a minute.
Yeah.
He's coming back.
But he is coming back. He's back on the road.
I would say that kind of about Christina Applegate because she was fucking huge.
We could put,
but she was in Anchorman.
She is.
Which is the last movie I kind of remember. I feel like I seen her in something recently.
She's probably been in like B-ish movies.
Yeah, I think so. Or side characters.
Yeah.
In big movies, but
or in TV shows. Yeah.
But she was another one. Like
she was
huge at her time.
But we could also say that with fucking Marissa Tomei. I was gonna say, but she's been here and there.
But she was in movies.
But isn't she fucking Spider-Man's mom or aunt now?
Yeah.
Okay, then she doesn't matter.
Yeah, she's done shit. But
what about Dr. Quinn? What happened to her?
Medicine Woman?
Yeah.
Well, she was in Wedding Crashers, remember?
No.
She was in that movie. And she's been in a bunch of made-for-TV movies. Jane Seymour has been in a lot.
From back then, the same era of type shit, like Western-y type, old era stuff, I almost brought up the dumbest thing I could ever brought up. I was like, who was that Last of the Mohicans guy? Daniel Day-Lewis.
He's been all kinds of shit. Gangs in New York. He was Abraham Lincoln, for God's sake. He's been all kinds of shit.
I know, but he was so young.
You remember this one guy, Ethan Hawke? What has he been in lately?
You could almost say that about him. Almost.
No, because he was in a Marvel fucking TV series just recently.
Oh, was he?
He was in Moon Knight. He was the bad guy in Moon Knight.
I guess. He was alright.
I thought you watched Moon Knight. I did a whole fucking review on it.
That's how much it made an impression on me.
Oh my god!
You're right. Yeah,
he was a bad guy in that. Yeah. And there's a movie out right now he's a bad guy in too. Yeah. And he was he's been in some recent shit too. He's been in some, but he's usually...
What about the Growing Pains dad from Tremors?
Oh, yeah, what happened to him?
He's still doing Tremors.
Probably. That's the last thing I've seen him in.
They've got a lot of B.
Yeah, they're up to like fucking Tremors 35.
And he's still
the main guy. Yeah. He's like, I got these guns. Everyone's like, yes! He's got the big guns!
Where's Kevin Bacon?
Yeah. Where's Reba? Reba, she moved on.
Yeah.
She's like, fuck this guy. Fuck this shit. She's like, Tremors, you got me for one.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the first Tremors movie is the only good one. And it's good. Trust me, I like that movie.
I do too. I love it.
But the rest of them suck ass.
I think Tremors 2 wasn't terrible.
No, it was bad.
But it made it to theaters, I think.
I don't think it did.
That's the only two I've seen. I know they got legs.
I think I've seen up to like 4 or 5. It's something like that. I've seen the ones where they had legs. And they look like chickens. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck? It's like, you didn't have to, like, you're not even afraid of it burrowing. Like, that, to me, that was the most terrifying thing.
Yeah, because you
couldn't move.
Yeah.
Like, if you moved, they knew where you're at. Pow! Eat your ass off. And then they fucking get you with this other fucking face, and it's like, ah! It was scary as fuck. Now it's like, you're on land, you're walking, I can just smack you around. Fuck this guy. That's what I'm saying. Like, unless you're, like, super fast or strong, you still don't intimidate me.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
like Dracula. If he only thing he does is turn into a bat and a wolf and goes blah, I think I got him. If he's not moving real fast, I got him. But if he's like really fast, like blade fast, like and like on my ass, I'm fucked.
But speaking of, he was another one I knew what happened.
Wesley,
I brought.
But he's been in shit lately.
Yeah, has he?
Yeah,
he was back after tax evasion.
Yeah, I seen him just recently. And what the fuck movie was that? He was in a movie. He was a director. Oh, it was the one where fucking Eddie Murphy was fucking Dolomite. Wesley Snipes was in that movie.
Oh, he was in that. That's right. I remember.
He was in that movie.
That's been like what, 10 years ago now?
No, that was like 4 or 5 years ago, dude.
I don't know.
It's on Netflix. I got hip to him because of ICP, and I didn't know shit about him prior to that.
Okay.
Then I started looking into him because that's what I do.
Yeah.
You know? And then I saw the Eddie Murphy movie not too long ago, and I was like, "This fucking Rudy Ray Moore." Huh. They're doing a document like it's not a it's like a docu movie.
Yeah.
Like,
docudrama.
Yeah. So you know it all ain't real.
Yeah.
But it's based off of events and shit.
Yeah.
You know? Pretty dope. It's a dope movie.
Even real movies based on true stories are mostly bullshit.
Oh, 100%.
But yeah. Anyways,
so I don't know. Other than that, those were my dives on going into people that were huge.
Oh, yeah.
Because I mean, I can't think of anybody else, especially at that time. You know,
I'm sure there's
fucking. I mean, you can call NSYNC and all them, but you know, we saw what happened to JTT, Justin Timberlake. You know, fucking, he's another great actor. He's a great actor.
Yeah,
I like a lot of shit he's done.
Yeah,
you know, fucking, but the ones I was thinking of was like ones that were huge.
Yeah,
and never saw
then they drop off. Yeah, I didn't really think of any of those. I just had.
Who else is on your list?
Most of these guys are people that I loved and didn't see a lot of. Like, we did Wesley, we did
you got
Danny
all
Glover.
the people who've been working.
Crispin
you got
Glover.
Van Damme, Crispin Glover.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Dad from Marty McFly.
Right.
But he was in Willard, which is about rats. But that was
after, but it's still like in the 90s.
And I love him. Like, I thought,
I feel like he was in something else.
I think he got typecast, though. I think he did Back to the Future, and then he was Marty McFly's dad.
Yeah, but a lot of it, I mean, Willard, his role of Willard was basically Marty McFly.
You think so?
100%. They were fucking nerds and didn't know how to interact with people and were kind of like, you know what I mean? That's how, every time, Crispin Glover, honestly, I wouldn't cast him unless he's someone creepy or fucking, or enigmatic.
Yeah.
You know, someone is a red herring.
Yeah.
In a movie of mine. Like, because that's how he talks, you know?
Yeah.
He's talking. Even when he
delivers a line. Be real creepy.
I'd be creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
You know, fucking, but he should be typecasted because, honestly.
But not as Marty McFly's dad.
No, but
he's
as a fucking nerd. Yeah. As a fucking nerd. Whether he's a scary nerd, a lovable nerd, because he showed he's done both.
Yeah.
But he's been a nerd every time.
Yeah. But it's the same.
Just saying.
But the last one on the list here that I had was one of our Back to the Future alumni that I love was Christopher Lloyd, and I wanted to see him in more shit.
Well, he's done a lot of shit, but he's done a lot of shit behind the scenes.
Yeah, and he's probably like voice.
He's been producing him. He's produced a lot of shit. That's cool. He's written a lot of shit too. Like, what was I watching the other day? It was an older show though. This wasn't an older show. Oh, I think it was What About the Jim Belushi show. I think that's what it was. This show aired in like early 2000s. I don't think it's very good, but whatever. I think it was. Don't quote me on this, but I think he was the episode I watched. He wrote it.
Uh-huh.
It's because I remember watching the show.
I've seen Christopher
TV
Lloyd,
show.
I think there's another
written by Christopher Lloyd. Where Frasier, he had his hand in Frasier.
Oh,
he was one of the main writers on Frasier. Oh yeah.
Okay.
100%. That I do know. He's done a lot of producing.
I love that guy.
Shit. Oh, he's done a lot of shit. You know what? A fucking Christopher Lloyd movie. It's not really his movie, but he was in it. The movie's fucking terrible as fuck. And I tried watching it, and I liked it as a kid. And a lot of movies that I like as a kid, I still can pick out why I liked them.
Yeah.
This movie I still did too. But the reason I liked it the most, and as I thought about it, it was because of Christopher Lloyd. And when I watched it again now, like 2 weeks ago, it was because of Christopher Lloyd again.
Okay.
Dennis the Menace.
Oh yes, he's the bad guy.
He's a bad guy.
I forgot.
And he's so fucked up in that movie.
Yeah, he is.
Loved him. Loved him.
He is great in that movie.
The rest of the movie sucks because like I like Walter Matthau.
Yeah.
And it was just the way they set shit up. And I'm like,
I mean, now I haven't seen it as recent as Tom, but I used to love that.
I mean,
movie.
it's not okay. It's not as bad as I'm making it out to be.
Yeah.
It's still lovable. It's still watchable. But you still have your cringe moments.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's me.
Maybe it didn't age well. Maybe I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I remember
because I remember Mr. Wilson slapping Dennis around a couple times. No, he didn't do that. He didn't do that. He should have. Should have showed him a lot of tough love.
Yeah, he should have.
Fucking little punk.
I can't imagine having a piece of shit neighbor like that.
Your kid's always in your shit, fucking shit up. Oh, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, what is going on here? Get your kid under control.
Yeah.
But he's just a kid. Fuck him. If I see that slingshot one more fucking time. Because in the movie, like at the beginning of the movie, Dennis shoots an aspirin in his fucking throat with a fucking slingshot. Like, he'd have killed me. He could have fucked up my trachea.
Yeah.
I couldn't talk again.
Oh, man.
I would be, if that was my fucking neighbor, I'd, fuck this kid. Fuck Dennis the Menace. Everyone's like, yeah, I was sitting in juvie, yeah, 100%. He's coming to my house uninvited. He broke in, and he's got a slingshot with an aspirin pointed at my throat. He shoots it in my throat. I'm sorry, but I would wring his neck. And they're like, well, boys be boys. Not this fucking boy.
Self-defense.
I heard about a kid named Georgie who went by this fucking water pipe, and this clown was there. Hey, Dennis, want to go see what that's about?
He has balloons.
Yeah. He's all like, Dennis is like, hey, guys.
Fucking up
it fucking takes him in and spits him back out. He's like, fuck this kid. He shot an aspirin down my throat.
Fuck Dennis the Menace.
It's not a bad movie, anyways. 30 minutes into it, that's a show. I got nothing else to do.
Me either. We're good.
That's a decent show. Thanks for tuning in to Drunk of the Sun. This is Joe and Tom.
Thanks for watching. thanks to everybody. Like and subscribe.
Thank you all for subscribing and liking. From Drunk on the Sun, the podcast about everything and anything under the sun. So check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Instagram. We're posting new shit every week.
See ya.